Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our IN.FORM Coaches webinar today. My name is Shandy Hatfield, and I work here at Nature's Sunshine's home office. And I've got with me Scott Terry.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. That's right.
So we're glad to be with
Welcome.
you this first Tuesday of February. And just as a reminder, we will be doing our coaches webinars the first Tuesday of every month, so it's a little bit of a change in schedule. So just mark your calendar for that. And of course, since you're registered, you do get the reminder emails. But we're glad all of you are with us today. As we go along, I just suggest that you type in any questions or comments that you have. We always take time to answer those. So feel free to type in any questions that you have about today's topic or about IN.FORM in general. We're happy to answer those. In your little question box. We also have in your panel a copy of today's slides that you can download if you want to print those off or save those for further reference. And then we have a couple of additional items that you can download that we will reference later in the presentation. So just take some time to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and just jump right into the presentation. So health to your home is what we're going to be discussing today, which is, if you're not familiar with it, we launched it back in December. We were doing it kind of a trial period in the month of December to promote getting groups of people together to share IN.FORM, to use it as a way to bring in new customers, to fill your IN.FORM groups for January. And we had really great participation for the month of December. So between all of our coaches, we had 65 qualified Health to Your Home meetings that were in December, and we had so many requests come in from coaches all over just saying, hey, we want you to extend that. So we did extend that through Q1. We also, if you tuned into our webinar that we had last Thursday, we announced that starting in February that it's expanded to beyond just IN.FORM. So any NSP gathering could count for that. So that's for February and March. So right now this promotion is going to run through the end of March. So let's talk a little bit about what it is and how you can qualify for the different incentives. And so like I said, we've expanded it that you can do it on any topic, but Health to Your Home was designed specifically for IN.FORM, and IN.FORM is the perfect platform for Health to Your Home. So basically you have a host, and that can be a past participant, it could be someone in your downline, it could be friends or family or just someone that you meet that is willing to host a get together at their house. And basically you get together and you can discuss an NSP topic, which what we're going to be focusing on this, of course, because you're all coaches, is IN.FORM. So this is a great place where you could do the bio tracker, introduce the participants to the bio tracker and the readings that are there. You can sample the product and then give them an introduction to what IN.FORM is all about and how it really helps to work on gut health, which of course extends to helping with total health. So it's really a great opportunity. So the basic qualifications for this, so you have a host, and they're going to invite people over, and you're going to prepare a presentation of some sort or a discussion about IN.FORM is what, of course, we suggest. And then you just kind of lead that discussion, and you can share how NSP has helped to improve your health. Of course, sharing testimonials from yourself or from your participants are always really encouraged. And then what you need to do is you register that with us so that we know that you've held the gathering with your meeting roster, order numbers when people place their order, and then also a group photo. So it's really simple. And so let's talk a little bit about the incentives. So the basic requirement that you want to achieve is 7 attendees at the meeting. They need to be new people that haven't attended a gathering yet. So they can be existing members of NSP, but they need to be different people at each of the meetings that you hold. So when the host meets that requirement, they receive a free Inspire essential oil just for holding the meeting. So a nice little gift there. All right. And then you can also earn additional products based on the sales. So if you have over $250 in sales, you get a good kit, which that comes with 2 protein powders, an IN.FORM probiotic, and a berberine. So that's a really great kit there. It's over $100 value. And then if you have over $500 in sales, you can receive a better kit, which is 4 protein powders, an IN.FORM probiotic, and a berberine. And that's about $180, $190 value. And then if you have over $1,000 in sales, you're going to get the IN.FORM Metabolic Age Kit. So it comes with the 4 proteins, the probiotic, berberine, and the cardio kit. So that's a $240 value. So some really great incentives for hosting. So some great things for you to offer to incentivize people to be willing to host and to introduce you to new people. All right, and then for you, the presenter, the coach, it's really, you can really earn some awesome I-Inspire points. So you can get 25 I-Inspire points just for every event that you submit, and then you can get up to additional 50 based on the sales at your event. And then the coaches with the most, or managers or coaches with the most events and the most sales between January and March can win a trip to Nature Sunshine headquarters for a tour of the manufacturing facility and the Hughes Center lab. And so it's going to be really awesome. You'll want to be there. And you coaches really have an extra leg up because this promotion was extended to everybody for February, but you had January there that you could do that. So, and then also we added some accelerator points. When you hold at least 5 Healthier Home events, you get an extra 100 I-Inspire points. And if you do 10 or more, you're going to get another 100. So really awesome I-Inspire points to help you make those trips. The Baltic Cruise and Convention, the qualifications are wrapping up at the end of March. So you'll want to rack up as many points as you can get. So that's the basics of what the promotion is. So a couple of things that we have is I have some invitations to share that are new for February. We've had some, and we had some invitations in December and January, but we've come out with some new ones for February. So I just want to show you those, and they're available for download. So you can use those as a good way to like create a Facebook event to promote your group. So these are ones that I'll also be posting them on Facebook later today. So time for a gut check, or are you ready to take back your health? And then here's some invitation text that you could just copy and paste right into the invite, whether you do it on Facebook or an email or however you want to do that. This is available for you to really help you be successful. So those are the basics. Do you have anything you want to add?
Apologize if you already mentioned this, Sandy, but this invitation text slide that we're looking at right now, you do have that created as a PDF on our website under the Health to Your Home meeting tab.
This one is brand new, so I'm going to be adding it to the website. So I'll work on getting that added today.
Okay.
But you can copy it right out of the slide that is in the download, and I'll put it on our Facebook group later today as well.
Perfect.
So. So that's kind of the basics, and really what we wanted to get to, we wanted to, of course, make sure that you understood the promotion, but what we really wanted to get to was our 2 guests today. And so we have with us Robin Lang and also Kimberly Cassidy, and these 2 really took up this promotion and ran with it in December. They held really the most groups and had the most successful groups out of anybody. So we decided to invite them on to share their wisdom. So welcome, Robin and Kim.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
As Shanny mentioned, we're honored to have you 2 on with us, and our hope is that in the next few minutes with each of you, we'll be able to learn what's working for you, kind of your strategies. What have you done to have success with the Health to Your Home? What tidbits could you share that would our other IN.FORM coaches that are listening on our webinar today could glean and apply to accelerate their success with Health to Your Home? and then also what it's done for your business. So, sorry, I just said a whole bunch right there, but let's start with Robin. And Robin, if you could take a minute and share with us what Health to Your Home has done for you in the last couple of months.
Well, it's been very good for me because it's gotten me out there. It's gotten a lot of people to learn about nature, sunshine, and IN.FORM that probably wouldn't have taken the time to listen to anything. But when it's at a fun party gathering, everybody gets together and talks about it and asks questions, and you actually learn a lot more having these nice little small gatherings at a friendly place. It doesn't have to be a home. I've done them at workplaces, so you can do it basically anywhere. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but for me, I do it as fun. I don't do it, it's not a pressure selling area. I do it fun, get the information out there, have a little games. Like I did one for Super Bowl Sunday. We all got together early. We had a little get-together about it, and what's nice, you get everybody on the bio tracker, and then you have little, awards for who has the metabolic age that's the lowest or whatever. But you got to make it fun and a game for them so that they feel like they're interacting with it, and then just instead of sitting there listening to somebody talk. So it worked out really, really, really well. At first, you don't get somebody that signs up right there. Obviously, like at a Super Bowl party and things, they're not going to sign up right away. But so far, I've gotten, since Sunday at the Super Bowl, I've signed up 3 people from that party on the IN.FORM program. Nice. So, and that's what's happened throughout it. I don't pressure sell. I make it fun. People call me, ask questions after the party, and get together with me individually, or I also do it where bring somebody with you. It's better to do it as a group rather than individual. You have more support. And I end up getting people signing up later that next week. Christmas time I had a lot, but they're all coming in now because they're done with their holidays, they're done with their parties, and now they want to get going. And now Super Bowl's over, so they don't have that thing to celebrate. So I have a feeling this is going to be a really, really big week for getting more people that have been to my Health to Home party.
Wow, how fun. And knowing you, I'm sure that they are a lot of fun. So I can see why you get a lot of people there. Way to go, Robin. So you've noticed an uptick in your business. You've mentioned that you have 3 new people just as of Sunday, the Super Bowl, that are excited to start a group with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and the week before last week, I got 5 that signed up since my parties over Christmas. I had one big, huge party, and I got 5 of them signed up after the holidays. So I have seen an increase, and people coming back from December's shows that, they kind of waited till after the first of the year, and now everything's starting to come in. So I guess what I'm trying to say is don't get discouraged if you have one and you don't have somebody sign up right away. Sometimes people need a little bit to think, and then they come around. But it is a great way to get the information out there and a fun way to do it. And then people like to give everybody a sample, so they go home and taste it, and then I get calls later saying, wow, this is really good.
Good. We have had a question come in while we're talking. Robin, I think let's have you address this question. And Tony is wondering, what kind of games do you play at your Health to Your Home meetings? Can you be specific about that part of the event?
Well, a lot of times I incorporate it in with the bio tracker. Many people don't know what the bio tracker is. So it's really great as I get there. As people start coming in, we get on the bio tracker. And I do it individually because a lot of people don't want other people to know, their weight or things like that. So we do it kind of off to the side. But then everybody gets their numbers, and then they can share if they want with it. Like I said, I do, maybe a little thing with the metabolic age. See who has the lowest in their metabolic age. They may get a prize. So you can do a lot of different things with the bio tracker numbers, whether it's, the metabolic age or your body fat percentage, things like that. And then I also do different things with questions, like, say, well, what's the best thing to have first thing in the morning when you wake up. And whoever answers it correctly, may get a prize. So you just got to kind of gear it to who you're with. I did one at a fire department, and when you have the firemen there, they're big into food and cleansing and things like that. So you just got to kind of gear the questions to who you're with and where you're at, whether it's moms. I did some even with, how to clean up your gut, and ask them, what do you guys think is the worst thing you eat? Yeah, stuff like that. So just got to get them interacted with it so it's not something where everybody's sitting there listening to you talk. It's got to be interaction.
Absolutely. Yeah, great suggestion. Can you give us some ideas on the prizes that you give as part of your fun games?
Well, actually, most of it I always give always has something to do with IN.FORM, obviously. So I have all the sample packs are really good to give out. That's probably the biggest thing I give out because you're getting them to try the protein powders. So I'll have all different ones, the Love and Peas, the Nature's Harvest, the chocolate, just bring what you can. I make some also, depending on where I'm at and what group I'm with. I'll make a smoothie and, give everybody a sample taste of it. Nature Sunshine just has so much stuff that you can give out. They have anxious lists depending on where you're at. I have some people that are really stressed out and everything and give them samples of that. I have also even given, free consultations out, individual consultations. You can do that also. So it's all kind of what you want to spend the money on and get it. But I always try and gear it towards the IN.FORM program because that's basically what we want to get people kicked into is to IN.FORM. I have detox baths I sometimes give out. That works really good when you have a lot of moms. So things like that.
Wow. Way to go, Robin. Great suggestions. Just glad to hear that you're having so much success. Yeah, and I take it that your plan is to keep on doing them through the end of the first quarter, hopefully, right?
Yes, I'm going to keep on doing it because it's really getting the information out there and getting people involved and getting people in it. The hosts always like to have the little incentives and the little prizes. I usually always give the host, the other thing you can give away is the shakers. It just depends on how much money you want to put out. I've given away the shakers. We always have T-shirts. It's always great to give everybody a T-shirt. So everybody likes a little incentive no matter what it is. So yes, I will continue doing it, continue getting the word out because it comes back to you down the road always.
Excellent. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Robin. Good advice. You're inspiring. It's fun to hear what's happening with you, and hopefully all of our coaches feel that energy that you just shared with us and are getting excited to go do likewise. Go have some parties and watch the good happen. So stand by.
And that is good. Robin. Have a party. That's what you have to do. Have a party.
That's right. Have a party. Make it fun. Good. If you would stand by in case we have additional questions that we'd like to get your thoughts on. So thanks again, Robin. Now let's ask our other guest, Kimberly Cassidy, to hop on the line with us from Cleveland, Ohio. Kimberly, much like Robin, has had a lot of success with the Health to Your Home meetings. And in fact, Shandy and I were speaking with Kimberly just yesterday afternoon. And Kimberly, are you okay sharing with everybody what great developments happened yesterday with all those people?
Yes, yesterday was, I think, a record-setting day for me. One of my downline who is very interested in having more of a business, she is an IN.FORM coach herself, had a party she put together, and we had over 100 people there that I spoke to yesterday. So that was phenomenal. It was amazing. Great response. We're still getting orders in, so I'm kind of waiting to finish that to get everything together. So I'm super excited. That's the best one we've ever had.
And I think, pardon the interjection here, Kimberly, I don't know if I remember hearing ever of a party that big, or an informed gathering of 100 people. So I think you may have set an all-time high record just as recently as yesterday. So way to
I
go.
hope so. Yes. So
Yeah.
Shandy, you'll have to tell me how I'm going to register this.
That's right. So what was the strategy you followed to get so many people there? You said you had a downline member that helped you out. Any tips that would be good for the rest of us?
Right. I reached out to everyone in my group that is an IN.FORM coach. They're not all active in doing IN.FORM groups at this point. So anyone who is an IN.FORM coach, I did reach out to. I reached out to my family. I also have someone who is a very active yoga instructor, and she brought me into her yoga studio. We've done a couple at the yoga studio for her, which has had great response. And I've also reached out to my friends. So those are the people that I've been working with frequently, and that's why it's become so successful.
Okay, very good. So working with your warm market right now, your coaches, people that you know personally. What kind of dividends have you seen so far, Kim, with the Health to Your Home from a financial standpoint?
I have broken out 2 new managers, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
So I guess I should say this too. Anybody in my downline that I have seen that averages over 500 QV a month, I also reached out to. So those are people I said, hey, would you consider getting a group together and having me, come talk for a little bit? I've even offered to do it at my home if that was something more convenient. And that was a good way to also put feelers out there. So I've had some groups that didn't quite have 7 people, but then like yesterday I had a group that had 100. So they end up balancing each other out. But either way, we're still getting the word out there and we're still getting more sales. And if it's not exactly that day, eventually someone's contacting you saying, oh, I remember that oil you talked about. I think I need to get that now. Or those probiotics you were talking about. My gut's been having issues, especially after the holidays. And I really pumped this in December because I didn't know we were going to go January, February, March. But I'm really glad I did pump it so high in December because December was a record-setting month for me, where most businesses are having issues because it's the end of the year and we have Christmas presents and all those things. Mine took off. So
wow.
I was ecstatic.
Kimberly, awesome. We spoke yesterday with you as well, and you mentioned that you're an area manager currently, but regional manager is in sight. And with the 2 new manager breakouts that you had with the Health to Your Home meetings, that puts you that much closer. And so the trajectory that you are on is incredibly impressive and exciting. And boy, we're all cheering from you or for you from here at home office and beyond.
Thank you.
So, hey, we do have a question from LaDonna France, who most of you probably know. LaDonna's wondering, how did your member invite and promote the big meeting from yesterday? And then a second question, where was the meeting held at that you were able to accommodate so many people?
We actually used a room at the rec center. If you're a member of the rec center, it's $25 to have the room for 2 hours. So that is what we did. And she promoted to everyone she works with. So she works at a salon, and it has multiple chains to it. So she promoted to those people that she knows are in the salon, and they were invited to bring a guest with them if they wanted to. And we did it on a Monday morning, only for the reason that that is the day that the salon is closed. So everybody would be able to attend.
Okay, great. That makes great sense. Okay, well, it's very apparent that that much like Robin, you are fired up and good things are going on. Do you anticipate continuing with the Health to Your Home program for the next couple months? I mean, that's probably a crazy question, but I'll ask it anyway. What's your vision going forward with the program?
In the end, the way I have kind of explained it to the people that I think could actually do them too, instead of me doing them, is that I'm coming in, but they're bringing all the people to me. So in the end, it really isn't a whole lot of work for me to come in there and give a little presentation. They're doing all the work, they're bringing the people to you, and then in the end, their sales are growing, so they're happy, and then your business is growing. It's a win-win for everyone. All I have to really do is show up. So I think that's really kind of easy, as long as they're excited to have people, you know, together. And if it's a girls' night or whatever's going on, it is fun. And as long as we're having fun, everyone's going to be happy.
That's it. As long as they're having fun, and I like how you said it's really not a lot of work for you. You're the expert. The host, they do a lot of the legwork. You do some for sure, but you show up and you share what you're passionate about. You share your wisdom. The host wins. You as the presenter, you get your rewards as well that we learned about earlier on the call. So it is a win-win. Very well said, Kimberly. So Jareen is wondering, and we'll open this or put this out to both Robin and Kimberly, do you follow a particular script, or what is your strategy as far as what you discuss during the meeting? Is it just kind of free flow, if you just address questions? Do you start with the script and see where things go, or how do you conduct your meetings?
I personally will always talk about probiotics and the protein shakes, and then before I go to the meeting, I will ask the person who's hosting, do you want to discuss essential oils? Do you want to discuss stress? Stress was something big that we talked about in December. So instead of bringing my essential oils all the time, I would bring a couple like Refuge and Lavender, but I would bring samples of Anxious List for people to have instead. And that's kind of how I gear what I'm doing. I also did one where we talked about the immune system, because that was something big a couple weeks ago, because we're in Ohio and everyone is getting sick over here. People are dying from the flu over here. So that's what we're dealing with. So it's always kind of what is happening around us, but definitely always talking about the gut and what we need to do with these protein shakes to start repairing and healing our body.
Okay. Very good. Robin, how about you? Do you follow a script, or what is your approach?
Well, anybody who knows me, yeah, no, I don't really have a script for anything. It kind of just comes out. But I do basically the same thing Kim's talking about. First and foremost, everything's about probiotics and the protein shakes and IN.FORM. That's what we're trying to get out there and cleaning up the gut and getting that healthy. Again, my big month, like Kim, was December, and it was all about stress and Anxious List and NutriCom, and that's when I was giving away the detox bath, just because it was calming and stuff. And then when January came, it was the flu season, so it was informing people about elderberry and probiotics, but it all then goes back to building the gut, cleaning up the gut, getting good bacteria in there, and hosting it all around the IN.FORM program, that you got to have, the correct, food to feed all the good bacteria. So that's basically what I got into. But then you also have to figure out what group you're going to. Not only are you going to go with the season, but where you're going. Like when I had the moms, or, the moms class was going to be a little bit different than the fire department. But it all still has to do with getting your protein in, getting your probiotics, and then depending on the season, if it's, your immune system or what, which is what we're working on right now, basically, is your immune system here in Chicago area. It's a little chilly right now, and we got a lot of flu going around.
Okay, so good. So you kind of customize it a bit to the group, it sounds like, both of you, and but essentially the bottom line is the gut. What can we do to get that gut healthy? And then if you weave in some immune discussion points as needed, or whatever the group may want. Would it be fair to say that if I'm a newer coach, don't really know a whole lot about Nature Sunshine products, but I want to hold or participate in one of these healthier home meetings, would what if we just talked about the BioTracker and the 8 different points on the BioTracker? Have you tried that? Would that be enough? Does that question make sense?
Well, I've done it with just the BioTracker, where I would have, because mainly the BioTracker, you should have at every house to home and go through that and explain all that. And if you only know the coaching from the IN.FORM, that is probably the best thing that should be at the house to home, because that's the start of everything. The gut is what we're all about, and cleaning up the gut. So don't feel intimidated that you don't know about all the other products Nature Sunshine has. That all comes, but you got to get the people going and get their guts cleaned out, and teach them how to do that, and give them information on how we can help them do that, and you'll get people coming in.
Okay, excellent. Anything to add to that, Kim?
Well, my only thing is I do bring the BioTracker everywhere I go. I wish I could keep it in my car in the cold. I wish I could. But it goes everywhere with me, because you never know when we're going to whip this thing out. I mean, we had it going Christmas Eve with the family. It was hilarious. But if you know what the BioTracker numbers are and what they mean, it's really not that hard to know this is what probiotics do and this is what the protein shakes are going to do. Even write it on a little note card, because if you're not giving them an opportunity to say, I need that, then what are they going to come back to you with? So we need to give them something that says, well, if your fat numbers are really high, I think Cardiax LDL would be good. So if we know the core ingredients of IN.FORM, or seeing someone's, not their metabolic age is too high. Oh, okay, so maybe if we added some berberine to your life, we can help these things. So I think knowing a little bit of the core of IN.FORM is beneficial, because that's what gets them in. They need to know that we have that missing link for them somewhere. Whether or not you bring it with you is fine, but no, okay, well, I can go to her and get some really good probiotics then, and that's what I can start with.
Excellent. Good. Way to go, ladies. Boy, you've got things figured out, and it's fun to hear your enthusiasm. I'm serious when I say we can feel your energy. It's contagious. So well done. Stand by in case we have a couple of additional questions that come in. Well, and in fact we do. So Melissa is wondering, as far as processing the orders that you receive at your meetings, do you use an iPad, a laptop, or process the orders that night? Do you just have people write down what they want and then go back and you process the order later? How do you process, or how do you handle the orders component from the meetings?
Well, for me, depending on what I'm talking about, I carry inventory, so I do bring some inventory with me. I will bring the protein shakes, I will bring probiotics with me, and I will sell things on hand, and then we'll replace it as an order under that person and have it drop ship back to me, so they're getting credit. If I don't have things, we'll do it a slightly different way. But that's kind of how I do things, because sometimes people like to have it right then and there. They don't want to have to wait for it. So I try to accommodate that as much as I can. If I'm bringing my essential oils, I really don't sell my essential oils, but I bring them all so they can sniff them and pass them around. They love sniffing things. It's very fun for them. And then I will either, if they don't always get their order together right away, I usually wait a day or two to place an order if things are missing for someone, just so I can get everything together and make sure no one's, lagging behind. Sometimes people don't commit right away and they say, oh, okay, I'll contact you tomorrow. But that's what I do.
And I kind of do a little bit of the same thing. I'm one that I always make sure I have, probiotic and the protein powders with me, only because I have found if somebody wants it right now, they want it now, they don't want to wait to get it. So I will get it to them, and then I'll place the order and replenish and have it drop shipped to me the same way Kim does. But then I also bring with me a bunch of the order forms from Nature Sunshine, and people can fill that out and tell me what they want if it's something that I don't have with me, and then I will process the orders later and build them an account and all that.
Okay, good. Good strategies that you're sharing with us, both of you. So thank you for that. A follow-up question from Melissa just came in. Do you hand your attendees an order form of a sort, like the good, better, best option? Do you give them anything physical that they can look at to help them consider placing an order?
Well, I do. I have made a sheet that, you know, can give you different options of, and I call them like packages that you can get. Like, you know, I've done this for a long time, but now Nature Sunshine has the good, better, best. And then I also have a sheet that shows, like, you know, if you want to get a Love and Peas and a Nature's Harvest and a protein powder, it would be this much if we set you up an account, or this much if you just buy it, you know, retail, so that they can, sometimes people need to see it in black and white to get it. But I did print out the, you know, good, better, best, you know, from Nature Sunshine, so that they can see that also. But I just give them different options on how they can mix and match, so that they see they don't always have to get the exact same thing. They can mix up what they want in their order.
Okay, makes good sense. Give them some flexibility. Sarah's wondering, have you ever actually taken the kits to promote at one of your meetings, the IN.FORM Metabolic Age Support Kits?
I don't. I personally don't, but I do exactly what she says. If they're on a piece of paper and they can see it, then they know what they're going to get. That I just don't lug that thing around.
Okay.
I don't either.
Okay. You let them know it's available and that you can have it shipped to them if needed, interested. Okay, very good. LaDonna had another question. Thanks everybody for sticking around. I think we're almost through all the questions, but these are so good and relevant that appreciate you allowing us to take the time to address them. LaDonna had a question, as far as your attendees, have any of your attendees been interested in hosting parties to kind of keep things rolling forward? Have you been able to book future parties from attendees at existing parties?
I have.
I've done that with two, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Robin. I did it
twice. No, go
yes.
ahead, Tim.
Well, we seem to keep saying the same thing anyway, so.
Exactly. You go ahead.
Sounds like you both have.
Yeah, I did it twice. That's what I've hooked into. But yeah, they were just happy to do that, but yeah, I've only had two secondary bookings. So there you go.
Okay. Very good. So you've had a couple, Kim. Robin, sounds like you have as well.
Yes, I've had several too, and it's, you know, once they hear it, then they're like, oh, I know somebody that would really be interested in that from, you know, because you got different work areas, and then you get another group of people from somewhere else. So you can get bookings from it, yes. And
that's the hope, or one of the hopes, isn't it? That one is that you'll fill future IN.FORM groups, IN.FORM classes, but that you'll also, of course, get additional bookings for the future as well. So glad to hear that both of you are having success with that. Beverly is wondering, in regards to, Kim, I think you mentioned that, and perhaps you did too, Robin, that you have products, some products available on hand. She's wondering, do you charge them retail prices for the products that you sell at your events, or do you do member to member or direct costs?
I always do member to member. I always do member to member. If I'm holding on to 20,000 of inventory in my office, yeah, I'm always charging member to member because they're not paying the shipping cost that way or anything like that. So that's what I do. Good.
I do the same thing.
Member to member. Okay, great. That way you make a little bit above what you paid for it, but you, to your point, Kim, you had to pay the shipping, so I think that's fair for you to charge that.
Well, I think it's that, and just the fact that I have a lot of money tied up. So, yeah, I think, yeah, it's fair. They can have it right away. If they want it now, yeah.
Right. It is another win-win, as you mentioned. Melissa is wondering, do you take IN.FORM participant manuals with you to your event so that the people that are there can maybe thumb through the manual and get a feel for what the class would be like. I actually think that's a really good idea, Melissa, so good thought. Have either of you tried that at your events?
I personally don't, and mainly because I guess my whole thing is I don't want to give away the farm before somebody actually knows what's going on and sell it. I just don't. I don't bring the manual with. I tell them about it. If they want to know more about the IN.FORM program, then we set up a consultation.
Okay.
I completely agree.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, Melissa, you might try it. As Robin mentioned, you don't want to give away the whole farm necessarily, but I think it would be fun to experiment, and I think the manual could lend intrigue and interest in wanting to learn more by coming to a class. So certainly something to consider. All right, great questions, everybody. Thank you, and if you have more, you can keep them coming. We're getting to the point where we're about ready to wrap up. But we have on our call today as a participant, Dr. Jay Vandenhavel, and he typed in a really good point that we want to share. He says, just a quick shout out that we have our Success Week coming up. Let's see, not next week, but the following week. And as part of our Success Week, Dr. Jay is going to be offering a very relevant module or let's say webinar that does apply to what we're talking about today. His topic is proven business growth with the study, in big capital letters, the study. And the study that he's referring to is the clinical study that was conducted here at the Hughes Research Center for Innovation that Dr. Tripp and team conducted and has been published up in Canada. So Dr. Jay is a big advocate of the study, and as part of his presentation during Success Week, he's going to teach us how we can leverage that study to grow IN.FORM, to get more people into our IN.FORM groups. He was out here at home office a couple of weeks ago, and he told me about an experience he had as a guest presenter going to a class of new people. I think if I remember correctly, there were six people in attendance, 6 new people at the event. Dr. Jay gave his presentation, and at the end of the event, 5 of the 6 joined Nature Sunshine with a kit. 5 of the 6 purchased a kit after learning about the study that Dr. Jay was able to share with them. So that's huge. That's incredible, actually. So thank you, Dr. Jay, for the heads up, the reminder now. We do hope that all of you will be able to participate with us during Success Week, and especially this particular topic, because it will help you as an IN.FORM coach grow your IN.FORM business.
And just a comment to add, if you need a topic for a future meeting, I mean, I'm sure there will be some great information that you can pull from that webinar to share.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
Just an extra tip there.
Very good. Well, a big thank you to Robin, to Kimberly for being on, and they were the headliners. They were here and delivered really what we were hoping would happen on our webinar today. So Robin and Kimberly, thank you for being here, and boy, keep that momentum up. It'll be fun in future webinars perhaps to get additional updates from you and find out your new continued successes that you're having. So again, thank you on behalf of all of us that are participating today.
Yeah. And we just have a couple, well, basically one more thing we just wanted to talk about before we completely wrap up for today is our Reset Breakfast promotion that's going in February. And this also could be a really great topic for a your home event, because basically the idea of Reset Breakfast is to start small, replace your breakfast with a healthy breakfast, and start working on your gut health. So basically the Reset Breakfast Kit is a bag of MSB protein and then also a probiotic. So just a small, easy kit for people to get started on. And for the month of February, it's $5 off the kit, plus you get your full QV, which, I mean,
that doesn't happen often.
That doesn't happen often.
Full QV so, on a discount order.
So we're pretty excited to offer that. And we think it's a really great place for people to start. start small. So if maybe somebody's not quite ready to get on a good, better, best kit, but you want to get them started somewhere, I think this is a perfect place to get them started. We also have a really fun social component of this promotion. So if you post a selfie with you and your shake and you use the hashtag Reset Breakfast and you tag NSP, and then you just need to make it public, of course, on Facebook so we can see that picture, you can earn 5 sunshine points for every time you do that, up to 50 sunshine points. So, and if you know, that is one sunshine point equals $1 in free product. So we just encourage all of you to participate that. And so Julie is asking if there's a code on this. So there's actually not. They are set up as promotional items, and there's, I believe, 12 different options of Reset Breakfast kits. You can find them on the promotions page, and there also is an email that will be going out about it later today. So watch for that. And then just a follow-up question. Melissa asked if the Good, Better, Best kits are still available. They are still available. For January, we did have some additional freebie items that was just for January. So those are no longer part of the kit, but we still do have the Good, Better, Best kits available with some discount on them. So, and right now we do plan to offer those long-term. So it's a great thing to feature at any of your Health to Home events or your IN.FORM meetings. All righty, so we've already done all the questions. So if we, okay, Sarah is asking if I can make a new PDF with the Good, Better, Best kits without the free items. Yes, I will work on that and get that out on Facebook sometime this week. So I will work on that. And the details of the social promotion for Reset Breakfast will be included in the email, Sheila. So that will go out just in a couple hours. So you'll have all the details there. All right. Well, thanks again for all coming. Join us on our next webinar, which is March 6th, Tuesday, the first Tuesday of next month. Thank you to Scott for being here, and to Kim and Robin. You guys did awesome and shared some really great practical things that we can take out there and really use to have successful meetings. So
that's right.
Thanks again, everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate your partnership with us, everybody. Let's go have a great month, and we'll be excited to share some additional success stories on our next webinar.
Yes, have a great day.
Thank you all.